Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for hanging around this late on a, what is it, Tuesday? Our first job. Please, Stefano, join me on stage. We're going to move the chairs forward. That's the first thing we're going to do. It's too much of a distance, all right? Too much of a distance. So there we are. Joining me on stage, walking suspiciously slowly, is Ian Palmer. Thank you. Come closer, Ian. Come closer if you can. Thank you very much.
Quite the intimate discussion.
I'm sorry?
Quite the intimate
discussion. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. The topic today is beach clubs and entertainment. And I think if you had said to me 5, 6, 7 years ago that we'd be talking about beach clubs in Saudi Arabia, that you'd be talking about entertainment in Saudi Arabia, wouldn't be on the agenda, right? There'd be a hesitation if you ever spoke about that. But here we are, it's on the agenda, I'm delighted to say. And I can't think of a better collection of people in this group here to talk about beach clubs and talk about entertainment. I'll let them introduce themselves. Angela, I'm going to let, of course, ladies first, please.
Well, good evening, everybody. My background is I actually come from the entertainment capital, well, the previous entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. My experience comes from operating large-scale integrated resorts. So I know firsthand all about the full entertainment package and component. Currently, I'm the EVP for SBE for development for Europe, Middle East, and North Africa.
Thank you. Ian, please go ahead.
Thank you, Stefan. My name's Ian. I started life off at the Savoy Group of Hotels many, many years ago, so I come from a traditional hospitality background. Been in the region for about 7 years. Worked at places like the Arts Club in London. And now what we're trying to do is, as the venues division of MDLBEAST was started about 18 months ago, we're bringing hospitality and venues in the private members club in a music-driven way. So
Stefano.
With MDLBEAST.
Thank you, Ian.
It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Stefano Lopez. I am a tourism project director at Baheej. Baheej, the newly announced tourism development company. We are developing a project in Yamba, in the west coast of Saudi Arabia. My role is to craft strategic fits for groundbreaking destinations across Saudi. And Yamba is where we start. Very excited to introduce you to what we're going to be deploying over the next years.
Grazie mille. Thank you, Stefano. I looked up beach clubs on Wikipedia. Guess what? There's no definition of a beach club, which I thought was extraordinary. So I'm guessing it started in the 50s, south of France, I'm guessing. It must be the case, but it doesn't exist as a definition. Extraordinary. So I'm going to ask Ian and Stefano about your beach club and how you position it. Are you just going to do what they've done internationally? I'll ask Ian first. Are you just going to do what they do internationally with beach clubs, just follow that famous formula, or something different?
Undoubtedly, there's the pillars of the beach club which you have to follow. The likes of Namos and Nikki Beach are doing it very well. Sun, sea, sand, entertainment, music, food, beverage, location, all of those things, they make up a huge part of it. But in terms of what we can do with the Sindala Beach Club is bringing in a lot of the Arabic culture that is infused in the design, the culinary areas that we can do. The vibrancy is very different, which will give it its own sort of ownable DNA. A lot of it is also to do with the space planning in terms of the type of clientele that we have. Just the NEOM residents, the visitors that we have there, the yachting community which we're expecting in the Red Sea, they need a different way of space planning. So there's private areas, there's green rooms, but I think that probably the most compelling different part would be around the music-driven aspect, which MDLBEAST has been doing for 5 or 6 years now, and working within the culture of bringing music to life in Saudi Arabia. So you will get to see all of the artists, meet the artists, bring that live experience to it. So that's where the difference is, and that's what makes it.
It's a slight conflict of interest. We are partners, if I could use the P word, between KEANE and MDLBEAST to operate the beach club on Sindala. So there were 2 words that struck me, the Arabian piece, and I can't think of a beach club, thank you, that's done that. And the music, why has there not been an MTV beach club? You guys are going to be, I think it'll be the first international I've ever heard of.
I think we're very well placed to be the first, and great to be doing it especially in Saudi Arabia. So.
Right. Stefano, slightly different product. This piece of paper is going to drive me mad. Slightly different product with yours, Baheej, but tell us about the Beach Club.
Slightly different experience, I would say.
Good work.
And I think, Ian, you're very correct. I think that what is a beach club? The beach club experience varies dramatically basing on the destination where it's deployed. If we think at Europe, Southern Europe, France, Italy, it is a daytime experience. You go in the morning, it ends up at night. If we look at other successful models, East Asia, you look at Dubai, you look at these products that are more alive towards the sunset, the dinner experience, the after party. Our role at Baheej is we're developer of destinations, and we conduct thorough gap analysis and thorough study with the locals. We want to cater for the locals. Our primary target is domestic tourists. And of course, we want to cater as well in the future for international tourists and equip them with all the leisure and lifestyle components that can complement the local offerings. So when we looked at Yambua, and I don't know if you're familiar, but it's already a destination, because Yambua, we fell in love with the place. It has a wonderful heritage, beautiful, beautiful white sand beaches, extraordinary islands accessible only with a short flight. There's an international airport there. When we looked there and we sat on the beach, we realized that people is already experiencing the beach. The locals are already on the beach. What we can come and do is to provide all the facilities in a way that that experience can be fully, I would say, upgraded in a way. So this is the F&B offering, creating those pockets of privacy that will allow both internationals and locals to experience.
Did you consider, Stefano, a franchise? There's some fabulous franchises, right? You've got Twiggy, Nikki Beach, Namos. Did you think about a franchise, or you wanted to do your own bespoke concept?
Correct. We're announcing today our brand, our concept that we developed, KEANE. KEANE is a Saudi-born concept that we will be deploying in 2027. And we chose this solution because we know that sometimes the copy and paste model doesn't always succeed. You mentioned Nikki Beach. It's a concept that I love. It's a very successful concept. Extremely successful in Dubai, for example. In the country where I'm from, Italy, 2012, Nikki Beach opened their beach club in Forte dei Marmi, in the Italian Riviera, and that type of value proposition didn't work there. So later on, they closed. So sometimes I feel like we have to look at what solution caters for the destination, and I believe that all of us in our specific destinations are providing extremely good value propositions for the guests and locals.
Angela, we've kept you. I'm desperately. This is the first time SBE have spoken, addressed an audience in the Middle East. You have an extraordinary reputation in the US for entertainment. I mean, and so how do you see yourselves bringing that unique element of your concepts, generally, Katsuya, etc., to this market? Because it's kind of green field for you in many ways, isn't it?
It is and it isn't. If I could just do a brief introduction for those who don't know who SBE is. SBE was founded in 2002. The founder and CEO is Sam Nazarian. And so Sam Nazarian has a very long track record of developing the best lifestyle concepts and specifically focusing on entertainment. He started with bars, lounge, restaurants, and then opened the famous SLS in Beverly Hills, redefining the lifestyle concept, because he was able to populate the hotels with the bars, the lounges, the pool clubs, the restaurants, etc., and create a whole different experience for the clientele that was coming here. Now we have different verticals of our business operation. We have a lifestyle, a smart lifestyle concept that's bringing to the market called HQ. We're in a strategic partnership with Wyndham Registry Collection, which is very exciting for SBE, and also Mark Anthony as an investor into the company as well. The lifestyle hotel will cater to millennials, excuse me, and we'll be able to bring all of these entertainment concepts to the owner and populate the hotels with them. So Sam in the past, as a successful hotelier, has actually been operating all over the world globally. It will be the first foray into Saudi Arabia for us, which we're very excited about because we are completely aligned with the 2030 vision. We see what's coming up into the market. We see that it is a long-term investment. Investment, I mean us being in the market. And we're excited. We're excited for what's happening here.
Have you had a look around at the entertainments available? I've got this image of the wonderful DJ at Rocker, which I find extraordinary that she's in there playing tunes in there. But what's your early thoughts about how you would bring entertainment to this market?
Absolutely. So our vision is to roll out at least 50 HQ hotels by 2030. We already have 33 in the pipeline and 10 more to be announced. Separate from the gentleman next to me, we'll be populating these hotels with these entertainment concepts and with our partnerships. So we have strategic partnerships, for all of the cultural tastemakers as you have it. We have partners as Mark Anthony, as I mentioned. We have, culinary partners, entertainment partners. So we'll be able to offer, for lack of a better word, a turnkey solution. Bring that special sauce. We have the restaurants. We have, the bars, the lounges. We'll be focusing on, technology. So we're able to bring what we've been doing globally into the hotel, into the HQ hotels, and then rolling it out into the region.
Fantastic. What an exciting prospect. And I think the very fact that you're bringing entertainment to this market will make you stand out in so many ways and give you a real differentiation. Ian, we have jointly created, has your name on it, but MDLBEAST, the Beach Club. Why didn't we just do the easy thing and copy Namos and that existing formula? Why are we taking such a risk, Ian? Explain that to me.
Because we enjoy it, Stefan. I think that the vision of Saudi Arabia and what it's offering across the kingdom is actually inspiring more of us to do something for ourselves. I mean, for me, joining the MDLBEAST team, which is for the first time putting permanent venues together. When we had the opportunity to work with Neom and Sindala, it would have been very easy for them and for us to be able to say, let's go and partner with somebody. But what we've been able to do, and I have to give full credit to KEANE in terms of how we've embraced not only the region, the design, the cultural aspects, and actually brought that into it. So that's actually going to create a business in its own right that can be exportable. And I think that's probably what we want to do is create something that's a first. There are many firsts happening in this region, and so we want to make sure that we're there with them as well, and with you.
We haven't really explained what Sindala is about. I'll do that if I may very quickly. It's the first of Neom's developments. It opens this year, October, inshallah, of course. And it's a ultra-high net worth destination. If you walk around the corner, you can see it on the screen. It will have 3 hotels eventually. It will take time for the 4 Seasons, the 2 Marriott properties, and 23 freestanding. We are a beach club. And in essence, we'll target the ultra-high net worth yacht crowd that will come through the Suez Canal, excitingly, and Neom executives initially, and then as the line kicks in, the population builds. So we're the first beach club, right, in that part of the world, which is exciting.
Very much so. Very much so.
Stefano, it's early. You're going to launch your brand, the beach brand. I'm interested in how you position it, how you describe it, because this is a new market that doesn't know what a beach club is, right? They've heard about it. Maybe they've been to Dubai. But how will you communicate that concept? What's in the DNA? I'm interested.
But we do universally have a natural attraction for the beach. We do all love to experience, to enjoy the relaxation. So the vision of our CEO, Noor Al-Tamimi, and what we've been working on as Baheej as a development is to create an holistic offering in Yambo. We're coming with a lifestyle hotel. We announced today the signing of the HMA with Curtin Hospitality, which will operate our hotel under Cloud 7. We're going to be deploying a destination management company. Faisal Bassam, our general manager, is sitting in the front row. We're deploying activities, experiences to complement the KEANE experience with diving, water sport. We're targeting the mid to upscale market, so we're in a very different market range, which is we need to do. We need to complement the ecosystem to make sure that our offerings are accessible as well. KEANE, at the core of what we do is, and the vision of our company is to move into the future, bringing with us elements of our past. Because in this run for the future, we can't forget of what is behind it. We can't forget about the stories, about the traditions, about the rituals. We come here as consultants, as partnering in Saudi, thinking that we're bringing hospitality. Hospitality has been in this country forever. The rituals of hospitality that are here, you can see them in the people. You can experience them in the country. The sheer generosity of the people here is fantastic. So Baheej is about taking this into the future and complementing this with, of course, phenomenal guest experience, crafting stories and experiences that resonate with the local culture and pick the interest of international tourists.
Okay, so this is a mid-range product. Is that the right positioning?
Mid to upscale,
Mid to upscale. In the past, people in Yanbu would have used the beach, which they've never paid for. You want them to pay for it. What are they paying for? Why would they pay for something?
Well, they're paying for an elevated F&B offering that caters for families. A little bit, I'm going to use an improper term, an idea of a beachcomber type of offering. So the F&B is going to be at the center of KEANE experience. And we're going to offer two different types of solution for beach guests. We're going to offer private cabanas, utilizing landscaping as a tool to create pockets of privacy. And we're going to have a more social beach for the younger Saudis to have opportunities to socialize, to engage in water sports, and it is going to be an accessible offering that caters to this market.
DJ, presumably DJ, live music as such?
I would say that our music is going to be definitely an element of the KEANE experience. I would say more of a lounge type of proposition, so different from I'm a fan of MDLBEAST. I go every year, so I'm not throwing shade here. But I would say that a more lounge experience, an experience that slowly drifts into the night and around the bonfire.
The volume gets switched up, presumably.
Exactly.
Angela, partnership. I think one of the greatest challenges, you've got a wonderful set of assets within your business. When you're looking for the right partner here, what kind of partner are you looking for? What makes the ideal franchisee? Is that what you're anticipating, or management contract?
Well, because of the different verticals of our company, so we have hospitality. Within hospitality, we have, the lifestyle hotel product, and we're also coming out with an ultra luxury hotel product as well. And then we also have just our restaurant, and also, we have our premium quick service brands as well. So we cross a lot of platforms. I think in the hotel space, we are definitely very excited to work with a strategic partner for all of the region to launch HQ hotels, and it would be in the form of a management agreement. Right. So we have the experience, and we also have the personnel to do that and to execute that. Across the other platforms, we would be open to management as well as a franchise agreement across the F&B portfolios.
What makes a good franchisee for you? What sort of criteria would you use to choose a good one?
For F&B or for hotels?
You know the answer.
Either one.
Both of them, yeah, please, thank you.
Well, I think for either, we want to manage our, and take control of our hotel properties because we know our brands best, right? We have the expertise. But in terms of choosing a partner, we definitely want somebody who is long-term, right? We want a long-term and stable partner, somebody who knows the region very well, who has a lot of reach, someone who knows the key projects, where to go for this brand, where to expand, and obviously has the development experience.
One interesting challenge you might face, and you've spent time here, I know, is that
Yes.
a number of the operators here, there might be 7 or 8 high-end operators here that you could talk to now, right? You could walk out the door and talk to them now.
Of course.
How do you, and they may have 5, 10, 15, 20 franchise commitments. How do you get them to make your development as important to them as it is to you? Tricky, huh?
No, well, look, I think we offer something a lot different, and what we're offering is, we are a premium lifestyle company, right? And so I think that, our ability to go in, offer this product, populate the hotel with the entertainment, whether it's in, food and beverage, bars, lounges, etc. And this is really a turnkey solution. This is something very special for the owner. And I think it's really important to obviously pick the correct partner who will focus on that, and that is their priority. And obviously our priority too is, to have a great ROI on the product as well. We understand that.
One interesting, and I'll turn this to Ian on this, is that one thing that's held back a lot of operators from having a diverse entertainment program, particularly in the UAE, has been that you have to pay for the license and you have to renew a license, etc. So it's very difficult. You want to have 5 different bands. In essence, they have one band playing Lady in Red every time that you go there. So, Angela, please go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, so that's it. I mean, we come and we say, look, we have this huge portfolio of, entertainment, let's say. We can use underutilized space in hotels. We can convert that as well to different wellness concepts. And so we immediately can do it. We don't have to go out to third-party operators to populate our hotels. And this is a big plus, not only for us, but also for the owner as well.
Understood. So, Ian, MDLBEAST, start this conversation. If you've heard of Soundstorm, 650,000 people attended 3 months ago.
Over 3 days.
Over a weekend. Bruno Mars, David Guetta, other people I haven't heard of. So how do you, are we expecting that those kind of performers will finish their performance in Riyadh, fly helicopter to the wonderful beach club and play Unplugged? Are you envisaging that kind of exciting link?
Yes.
Glad you said that.
Okay. Yes, but it's all part of the evolution of MDLBEAST. Venues itself is actually quite a relatively new addition. I think to give a little bit more context to how it works, obviously you've got the events side of the business, which not only is there Soundstorm, but now what we call small venues are up to about 5,000 guests across Riyadh and Jeddah. They're happening 3-4 times a week now. There's obviously the artist side of it is very, very strong. And you've seen the roster that was at Soundstorm, and it's incredible. There's like over 70 artists over the 3 days, which is something incredible. So that's what, the local regional artists which is where MDLBEAST started. It's about that emerging music scene, and it's now with the international artists being able to tap into that, along with the marketing communications division, which is international, with the platforms that are being created in ticketing and all of that kind of stuff. And so with all of those different areas, it is entirely possible that when you're booking an artist to come into the region, which is what MDLBEAST do, and now we're developing not just the beach club, but there are other hospitality venues, one opening later this May in the Diplomatic Quarter, one already open in Diriyah, and they're all music driven with a view to being the playground for these artists to come, not just be playing at an event such as Soundstorm or a festival, but being in a more intimate environment such as the Beast House, Attia, which is coming later this month. And all of that obviously then talks to the beach club, because that would be the obvious next step for them to go to and enjoy the beach club for themselves, as well as maybe getting a unplugged performance from
I'm so
Bruno
happy you
Mars.
said that. So happy. Names? Can you drop any names? You know you
Not
can't,
yet.
but, I'm going to turn to the floor in a moment for questions. And you know, this is beach clubs and entertainment. This is a new thing. So I'm sure there's things that you don't know about that we should ask this esteemed group. But before I do that, membership. I'll ask Stefano. I'll ask about membership, guys. Stefano, what's your perspective? Will you have membership in your beach club?
We'll certainly have a membership package, because the advantage of being in Yambo is that we can tap into the nearby Medina population. So Yambo is the sunny place by the sea for 2 million people that lives in Medina. We are 3 hours and a half from Jeddah, and definitely we're expecting repeat guests, and we might want to incentivize that with a membership package. But we will be encouraging walk-ins. So if you want to take your umbrella for the day, if you want to take a towel and enjoy a relaxing day by the beach, have lunch at our restaurant, that's definitely
That makes a
an
lot
area
of sense.
focus.
So some of your wonderful clubs and restaurants, Angela, particularly the clubs, I guess, Angela, do you think you will have membership? Is that something you've explored yet?
We have not explored it, but it's something that we're completely open to if it fits the region. I mean, membership is, you know, it has to fit the city that you're in order to be successful. So we're definitely not opposed to it. It's currently just not in our programming.
It's interesting you say that, because many operators say can't make their minds up about how to position membership. I saw some recent research that said, I think on day one we heard is that something like 60% of Saudi nationals were a member of something. And so, of what? It's not the same kind of model we expect to. It's really unfair asking Ian this question, because he's ex-Capital Club, which was all about membership. But what's the plans at MDLBEAST with membership?
Already started, I'm delighted to say. So our Beast House in Jax is a membership music studio club. It already has a stage, a DJ. We have events, restaurants, and all that kind of stuff. And we have a membership program that's already in place there, which it has a whole host of different benefits, from, you know, the experience of being able to come in as a member in your own right, to experiencing talks with some very, very influential figures in the music business, educational talks, and you know, parties, which is what most of the members really like. But in terms of how that is now being developed, that's it being expanded into our property, which has a VIP lounge on the premises. It's 30,000 square meters, so it has very much a high-end restaurant and this old stable block, because it's in an equestrian centre, which is becoming the party scene and that thing. But more importantly for this conversation, for the beach club. So there'll be a membership program, which when you join the beach club as a member, which is more to do with the local residents, being able to give them more of a reason to keep coming back, and it be their place for the weekend. They can then tap into that membership framework if they're going to travel to Riyadh, and then eventually earlier next year in Jeddah.
Excellent, thank you. Turning to the floor, if you have any questions. I'm going to ask the guys about talent in a minute. Yes, I've got a question, so sorry. Anyone else? Lynn Bellinger, please. Are they going to give you a microphone, or you may have to shout, Lynn? Okay. Let me just repeat the question, because it's a loaded one. What Lynn is saying is, what kind of people, and Stefano, you've got to be first, what kind of people are you attracting? And I think you're also saying that what kind of mix, expats versus locals, I guess, is in that question somewhere. Stefano?
Yeah, no, we are going to be targeting the locals. And then we're going to look around, specific in Yambo for KEANE. We're going to look at what is around Yambo. So we're targeting weekenders. We study the destination, and there's a steady flow of weekenders from Medina and from nearby cities. And then we have Cruise Saudi, which is supporting us by driving visitation into Yambo. So cruise guests are going to be another interesting target to explore. And I would say young groups of friends, millennials, adventure seekers. Our project lives on synergies. So we have the lifestyle hotel, we have the beach escape, a fourth component that we're going to announce later, so stay tuned. But we have a DMC, so a destination management company. We're going to be deploying water sports, we're going to be deploying trips, we're going to be deploying diving. So currently, we believe that one of the gaps is qualified operators for tours and activities. So if in the room there is any travel trade partners interested in creating itineraries, multi-day itineraries, definitely approach us, because we want to put Yambo on the map, and we want to drive visitation to our beach club and have guests enjoying all the water sports.
I'll ask the same question to Ian, and he'll say you should know the answer, Stefan, but who's your target market at Sindala Beach?
It's a little bit more defined, I think, to be honest with you, with Sindala Island, because it's a tourism destination. It's high-end luxury, not just beach clubs. There's golf, and there's the water sports club and everything else like that. So there is a campaign, a very large international campaign about bringing a new yachting community in, towards the end of the season, down through the Suez Canal to enjoy the Red Sea, and that's where you'll find the target market. The obvious one is, as NEOM is growing, the local residents, people living there, so they're an obvious, target audience for us. And to be honest with you, with regards to how MDLBEAST integrate into that, is by talking to our community, which are the young, the very young people that love to go to these the very large Soundstorm events and some of the other hospitality venues that we've got. By informing them that we've got the beach club down there, they may choose to go for a weekend or even for a small holiday or whatever it may be. So we can act as a driver through our live experiences and events to plug into what is already the campaign and the target audience for Sindala.
Are we offering discounts for NEOM employees? I can't remember. We'll have to decide.
We'll negotiate that with you later.
Any questions? This gentleman in the front row.
I guess you can hear me now. My question was, I'm taking you a little bit back to the membership issue, because I've seen it in social clubs, usually, and they start with membership, it becomes a hype, and then in time, it becomes more of an exclusion, and then it dies away, and the trend fades, and then you lose, actually, and then other people will come and compete and so on. Now, what you've said about, being able to have repeat, I think, in my view, is that the best way is to have a membership that gives certain privilege, but at the same time, you allow the masses. Otherwise, you won't have the 750,000 that came, if you excluded, and it might be even more than that. So what's your intake on that? I guess you agree with
You're going to have to give him the microphone back, because it's unfair on the rest of the panelists. Being a Capital Club guy, he's going to tell you all about membership. And I'm going to ask after that Angela to talk to us about talent, if that's all right, Angela. Go ahead, Ian.
You want me to answer that? Okay. You bring up a very good point, because the tradition of membership is exclusion. Wrong seat. Is it's exclusivity, and so therefore members go to their club for whatever reason. If you go to London, it's about politics, or it might be about that you are a member of the RAC. So that is exactly what your point is. But with regards to the beach club and the way things are being handled here in the Middle East, is that especially here in Riyadh and in the beach club, is that there are both elements to it. So the membership is something that gives you more added value. It gives you more recognition. It gives you access to other properties that we're certainly within MDLBEAST, and certainly the events, so that we can really sort of leverage on that loyalty. But it doesn't exclude, for example, if you wanted to come to the beach club, there would be a price for you to come in and enjoy one of the beach beds, and so on. So and the same applies to the other properties as well. So there is very much a added value part to the membership and the loyalty, and we're doing it that way.
Thank you. Angela, your early thoughts, you're bringing a wonderful asset, wonderful IP to the market. Talent is such an important part of delivering that. Your early thoughts on how you would approach that in a new market for you. How would you get the talent, the right kind of talent, do you think?
Well, we would definitely tap into the local market. I think that's really important in terms of ambassadors and coming to Saudi Arabia. And then I think that we would have to look to any type of hospitality training programs in order to also tap into those individuals as well. But I think where the kingdom is going, I think there's so much interest in talent that wants to move here and wants to be a part of the growth. So that's an opportunity for us as well to tap into that.
That's exciting to hear. So your own team of people you think would come over from the US market?
I do. I think
Wow.
globally, there's a lot of interested people that want to come because they see the growth, they see the expansion, they see the opportunity,
Right.
and they see what's happening. So I think there's a big interest.
We've recruited, if I may say that, Ian, already, and we've got a very diverse mix of nationalities, haven't we?
Very much so. There is a focus on Saudiization. We want to do it as much as we can, and that's about imparting knowledge as much as anything else. But there is a very diverse international labour mix,
Yes,
shall we
quite.
say.
Stefano,
Staff people.
you haven't started recruiting yet, but what are your thoughts on
Yeah, it's
getting
pretty much
talent?
down the line, but the advantage is that, as we all know, tourism and hospitality is the business of happiness. So it's a wonderful place to work in, and Saudi is excited. Young Saudis are eager to enter in this sector, in this market, because there are, of course, economic incentives, but it is a lifestyle with its challenges that we all know. But it is a fantastic place to work, and we have the advantage that having an integrated project with synergies, we can kind of work with seasonality, and having a local community to tap into. That's gonna help us also serving the community, the local community, and bringing it to life.
Great. Any more questions from the floor, please? Gentleman here.
Hey, my name is Sam, founder of March House. We're actually building a floating beach club. Miami's launching this summer. We're then expanding throughout the U.S., Europe, and hopefully into the Middle East soon. I just have one quick comment on something you asked about. Why wouldn't we just copy Namos and rinse and repeat? In my view, one of the primary reasons is there's two things you lose out on when you do that. You miss out on Namos' global ability to bring in programming and entertainment. But you also miss out on the attraction of tourism that people will come for Namos or for Soho House. So the question is, do you want to be isolated as a single club? Do you want to be part of a larger global network?
It's the fundamental question of franchising. You're buying into a business formula and a network, allegedly, if you're lucky with the right franchisor. I might ask Angela that question, if that's okay. Do you think that there's added value for an investor with a franchise? Do you think that, I guess one challenge will be to communicate to the consumer about SBE, but so many Saudis are educated in the US that you may already have a brand awareness, presumably.
I think there's incredible brand awareness. The first time I came to to Saudi Arabia was in 2015, and most of the interested parties that I dealt with were very global. They were very in tune to the brands. They were in London, they're in Mykonos, they're in Miami, they're in Los Angeles, and they're in Paris, wherever. Very global, very well traveled, very educated, and so they're very well aware of the brands, and they want that experience. So if they're in Mykonos and they're at Namos, we'll use Namos as an example because you're bringing it up. They want to bring that sort of experience, to Saudi Arabia, and they want it here. And not only do they want to bring the experience, I think this is really important, is they want the same level of quality. So whether you're talking about a restaurant, whether you're talking about a hotel, whether you're talking about a beach club, they don't want it replicated, and not replicated at the same level. They want it replicated at the same level, not below that level. And I think that's a really important factor. So when you go to Mykonos and you're at Namos, you want to experience, if we're just talking about Namos, you can equally talk about the beach clubs that are being developed here. you want that same experience, but even better. And I think that's what's expected in Saudi Arabia.
Of course, there's a degree of adaptation to market that the franchisors hate doing, but it's an inevitability. Stefano, please.
No, I think that, brand recognition is of course a huge advantage when driving consumer choices. But one important thing to notice is the brands that you mentioned, they all started in the destination, providing an experience that was, and many of these started during the tourism boom of the respective destinations. So Nikki Beach in France, Namos in Greece, if I'm not wrong, Scorpios, you have La Brisa in Bali, you have Fins. I've been to all of them, first of all, and so I love them. But the point is that they started in the destination and they became global. So at KEANE, of course, we're starting now, but the idea is, what does it mean to craft an authentically Saudi beach experience? So this is the work that we're developing, and it's a very exciting journey.
That's a great way to finish. An authentic Saudi beach experience, not copying some Mediterranean company, bespoke for this country.
Of course,
Fabulous.
lessons learned. We have to look at what worked, what didn't work, and what elements to take from these successful brands, from these successful guest experiences that we can apply here. So that's.
Thank you. I think we'll finish on that. Thank you for hanging around. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.